Okay, you guys, I just checking to make sure the window's closed. I have the other windows open, so I might have to get up and shut the door if it gets trafficy. Cause anyway, I'm just not. I need to close off some tabs. Oh, I don't need these in because I don't have it plugged in. Yeah, not last night, but the night before, I got really nauseous and vomiting and everything. So last couple days I have been kind of tired and anyway, um, it's just hard. It's hard to function and just going to the grocery store. Just being told Happy Thanksgiving. I got so triggered. I can't. It's like I get to the point where it's like I'm just like focused. Like just get home, get home, get home, get home, get home. I remember I said 111. So yeah. Let's talk about that first. 111. Yeah, just like get home, take a shower. I got some good pine tar tea tree oil shampoo. Because the tea gel and there's other chemicals and stuff just in the regular shampoo part of it. So I was like, it's a little harsh. So anyway, Mama got herself a couple really nice, a couple of really nice soaps. And some good shampoo, like I said, and healthy, good conditioner. But my scalp was, compared to how it was, oh my gosh, so much better. But still quite a bit of hair loss and flaky and stuff. But nothing compared to like when I had to shave my head. I'm tired, you guys. I gotta get this out because it's important, and I want to close all these tabs because I think that's what's eating up my your data usage, whatever, for your internet. I think it's a big scheme. Like, oh, you went over you get like 3 graces, 3 months of going over your limit or whatever, and then they charge you. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll probably get another plan. I'm thinking, okay, I'll do another plan that you could just get unlimited. Well, they probably don't even have that plan where you could just have as much data as you want unlimited. They always want to nickel and dime you, but the bill was the same this month, normal. So I think it's just a big thing. They want to sell you the bigger package and then whatever. So okay, let me minimize this. I don't care what I look like. I can barely even nothing. Just when you're throwing up in your jaws. Yeah. So that's why I'm like practicing ventriloquism. That's what I'm really doing, actually. Okay, so the number 111. I saw a license plate. This is all that was on the license plate. B 4444, and I saw 444 today and 44. But anyway, I saw that and it was like square on as I'm weaving through the cars, like to get to the grocery store. I'm like, just the numbers, just that's why I threw up a couple nights ago, because so much stuff was coming in. I got this ear ringing in my left ear, and I just went, oh shit, because I just knew stuff was gonna be like flowing in and integrating and upgrading, downloading, activating, whatever. Because I'll usually get a couple dizzy spells, and I don't want to say it's weapons and who knows, but it just goes along from what I've observed. It goes along with when all these things start pouring in, and because of the Scorpio new moon, and I'm a Scorpio Sag rising cusper, dead on center right between Scorpio and Sagittarius. That's my rising, so it's like Scorpio energy affects me a lot. And so I had a couple like vertigo, dizzy spells. I had the ringing in my ear when I was sitting right here in bed. There was planes all over, just spraying like crazy today. Not too many low flying ones, or over the house. I was only out for like an hour or two. Yeah, like 2 hours. So, but they're up there high, spraying lots today. That's why I try to always take a shower when I get back from walking. Not even just hiking, just like walking around town. And you should anyway, because the cars everything's so gross. So anyway, oh god. So I get triggered by being told Happy Thanksgiving, and I'm just because the girl, and I like her too, and I get such a Hebrew vibe from her, and she works at the health food store, and she's like black curly hair, like locks, like the Assyrians, and big blue eyes, and these dark, anyway, and when she said Happy Thanksgiving, I was just like, oh, I was so hoping she was like Hebrew. I mean, a lot of people don't know, so I think I can feel it, I can sense it. Judar, I call it. But the real Jew, anyway, Hebrew, true brew. But she was like, yeah, sometimes you just gotta not look up, and she's like, happy thing. People get nervous and they don't know what to say because they don't really have anything to say about these topics because they don't research it, they don't really care, they still celebrate Thanksgiving, and they don't even, oh god. You guys know what I mean. I gotta calm down because I just need to like let it dissipate. Okay, going through the tabs now. Let's get serious. Okay. And this was a hard one because this 111, what it let it. Okay, so in my inbox, I didn't unsubscribe to the Sacramento library every once in a while. A few ones lately, which is, God, I only got like 2 maybe in a year, and I've lived here like 2 years in August, and I only had gotten like 2, but I got 2 or 3 recently, just this month, as they're getting together people and talking about fake news and stuff. But the Rivka thing, that I don't know, they have some kind of Rivka program, I don't know if it's but anyway, what oh, did I delete it? But anyway, it doesn't matter, because so I clicked on go to my Yahoo Mail, go to my inbox, clicked on the one from the Sacramento Library, and Mento and Sakra, the sacral chakra, that's Archangel Gabriel. It's 6, it's red, it's the fire, it's your God chakra, your secret, your sacral, your sacred. So, yeah, Sacramento. I was like, wait, what was I just talking about? Sacramento. Yeah. So, so I click on it. It's associated with the Rivka, what the Rivka is talking about, and just the first one I got from them, that there was this new thing, Rivka, and what Rivka was, and what that led me to, and Yaakov, and Esau, and Jacob, and the things I saw on the signs, Esau, and the license plate, Esau, ISA, and then on the sign, or no, it was it ESA on the license plate, ISA on the, anyway, I kept, like, 3 times at the same day, anyway. This Rivka, I'm having a hard time talking. It's just, I'm sorry, but I have to get this out. I'm having a hard time explaining what it is. It's like a program through the Sacramento Library, and it's called Rivka, like Rebecca from the Bible, but the Hebrew, okay, and I think they do some special programs, okay, like, reading with grandma, Skyping reading program with grandma, and different stuff like this. Anyway, That's what the first one, okay, but I was like, Rivka, that's Hebrew, I gotta look that up. So this one, okay, the Rivka thing they're doing. Oh, now they're gonna mess with my, okay. Hold on. Yeah, usually if I unplug from the wall, I gotta get my smart meter swapped out. Because it's like if I unplug my power cord, my charger on my computer, then the stuff stops. So it's, anyway, but it is Wi-Fi. The living room's cold, the hardwire. I do have hardwire, but I should use that more, actually, to tell you the truth.
A massive explosion killed more than 2 dozen.
Okay, so this is a video that's playing on this Syrian, I have to read up on it. Actually, I don't really, because anyway, I know, I'll tell you what it's about. The Syrian war and everything like that. So these,
Near the Turkish border.
Okay, that's monatomic gold. I'm not gonna, that's a different thing. I've already talked about it. So, okay, come on, tabs, where are you? There you go. There's Atari. And I went, oh, like Atari. Okay, yeah, my brother loved that. Yeah, it was Atari when we were kids. And a couple computer games like Snafu and something else. Anyway, Atari refugee camp. So the Rivka, whatever they were doing through the Sacramento Library, the Rivka program thing, whatever. I think they went to this place. I think that's what they were talking about. I didn't even read through it because I know that that's just a source of like some things God wants me to go check out. So I just saw Za'atari and I went, okay, that's what. So this is just Wikipedia, and I'll put the links below, and you can just see the refugee camp. It just looks like a big grid crab. Anyway. Now, when I got my son's name when I was pregnant, I thought I was having Prager's brain cramp, and because the word that I read was Joaquin, and I lived in Stockton for 5 years, San Joaquin County, went to San Joaquin Delta College, saw that word, wrote it, said it a million times. So for whatever reason, when I wrote, I can't even talk. Meow, meow, woof, caw, 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 crows. I just want to talk to the animals. I don't even want to speak this fucking language anymore. I'm just kind of upset with this because I knew some shit was coming in downloads that were going to be harsh, especially with the Scorpio energy. So anyway, I'm reading the word Joaquin. I think it was a medical marijuana book or something, and I said Zoshin. I don't know why I said Z where the J was. Okay, I mean I know now, but at the time I was like, what? How did I just blamed it on Prager's brain and like brain fart, brain cramp, Prager's brain, And I said Zoshin instead of Joaquin, and I said that's weird. Why did I say Zoshin? Like, I'm an excellent reader, and especially that word. Okay, that's why it threw me off. I'm like, that is just so weird. This is when I noticed, like, I think my son had a lot to do with my awakening. And because he doesn't speak, I had to observe him, and what I observed was pattern, rhythm, arrangement. I literally typed that in Google, and that's how I found cymatics, sacred geometry, all this stuff. Okay, so my son had a big part in my awakening, remembering like activated stuff, being pregnant. But so I played around with it phonetically, and I said, okay, Zoshim. How about Zoshum without an I or whatever? And then we'll make the Z an X. So XOSHM. That's how I spell it. And so I thought, oh, okay, so I just made up this cool name. Sounds cool. Sounds Hebrew, sound whatever. Okay. So then a couple months before I actually give birth, I Google it because I think I was only maybe a few months pregnant at the time or something. So I had Inara, because Ina and Ra, so I had the girl's name, and then, because I didn't know which I was going to have, so I had Zoshim on reserve for if it was going to be a boy. And so I was Googling Inara, I thought I made it up too, and of course, because I put Ina, which is the last 3 letters of my sister's name, Christina, but it's also a German name, Ina, and then Ra, like Ra, okay, and then I'm like, Ina, Ra, Inara. Oh, Inara. I like that. Oh, okay. So it's Inara or Zoshim. So Inara actually is is a real thing. So I Googled these couple names. I'm like, you know what? Because it just always works out that whenever I think of like an invention, a thing, this, whatever, like I'll see it. Just like with a word, you come up across a new word, you learn a new word. Then all of a sudden you'll hear it in a commercial. You'll hear it on the thing you're watching. So it's just like this, whatever you want to call it, but so Inara is the goddess of the steppe, like STEPPE, like the region, like the climactic or climatic. I don't know if there's a C before the T or not. So climatic, yeah, climatic. So it's the climatic region, the steppe. Okay, so she's goddess of the steppe, and the steppe animals, the animals of the steppe, children, and childbirth. And then Zoshim, I had a very hard time finding. Basically, all I could find was that it meant love. My sister, that's pretty much all she could find on it too. Come to find out, it's a real name, Kurdish, because when we were Googling it, so I typed it in. And it's spelled just like that with an X, everything. And it's Kurdish. Okay, so God gave me the Kurdish version of Joaquin. And Joaquin is Evo, my twin's name. It's also Elijah, Yvonne, Yvette, all those John in English. See how from Zoshim, the ancient Kurdish, to John. That's why I don't even want to speak. It's like making me sick to even speak this English language. It really is. I feel like I'm speaking the devil's language and casting spells and shit. I don't even want to. I just want to take a vow of silence and like not even be on my channel or just do like movies, like, you know what I mean, like whatever. Put clips, compose videos and not talk and stuff. Do robot voice. People tend to like that robot voice. There's a couple robot voices that I listen to. They got, because it's just easier too. You just type it in, and and God, especially if you're like a stay-at-home mom, and if you slap some commercials on there, if you get some, popular videos, you make a couple hundred. Not that it flows in but it trickles in. But a few hundred extra bucks a month or something. Okay, let's see here. So basically, okay, so Za'atari. Let's get back to the Za'atari refugee camp. Okay, so this is in northern Iraq, okay? And this Kurdistan and Wan Lake has been coming back up to my memory, and I think that download and synchronicities, dreams, whatever, I think it was a download while I was on a walk. I got Obi-Wan, Your Only Hope, and I did a video on that. It says Star Wars or something in the title. I can't remember, but it was like last summer, like a year ago. So something like that, or spring. I can't remember. Long ago. I don't remember time. I can't even talk. I don't know. Um, so I didn't even know how to look that up. I said, because I was saying OB1, OB1, like O period B period, like, try OB and you'll see, sorry. So I was thinking OB and 1, the number 1, so I spelled it out O.B. and then space and ONE, spelling out the number 1. Come to find out it's OB1. OB, like, and you think of obstetrician, obstetrics, I think that's what it's called, obstetrics. Excuse me, and that's, OB is also OV, because in Spanish B's and B's are interchangeable, so BO is actually, or, I'm sorry, like obstetrics, obstetrician, whatever they're called. OB is really OV. Okay, so obey. So to obey the mother, the ov is always of the feminine. OV, anything U or O or V, or combination of that, or W, or M. Okay. But, so, when I typed in OB1, so it comes up OBE, and then WAN for Wan. So OBE for obey Wan. Because it's like that line from, I'm like, Obi-Wan, you're our only hope, Obi-Wan. I'm like, why is that? Did I hear that somewhere? I know I heard that in that movie, right? And it's like repeating over and over in my head. And why? What does this mean? Please, God, I just want to go on a walk and be left alone. God won't leave his children alone because he wants us to remember and all this stuff. So sometimes it's hard and there's barfing and, but anyway, we don't even trip out anymore. We just were like, okay, we'll get through it and we're going to feel better. We know we are because we always do. And so we're just waiting for that moment and we're feeling into it right now. So come to find out, Juan, and then Juan in Spanish, Juan, is also John. And then Juan, Wan, or Van, Van. Those are all Ivan, Evo, John, Elijah, Joaquin, Zoshim, all the same names. And when I typed it in, Juan Lake, or Lake Van, they call it. So Juan Lake, they also call it, or they said, do you mean Swan Lake? No, I typed in Juan Lake, WAN, but you get Lake Van, which is the same thing. And where is it? Right near Kurdistan, okay? And the thing with the Kurds is those are where some of the Hebrews migrated, okay? My people, the Zebulon, the Shemites, and it says Hashemite right here, so that was another confirmation of why God's gave me Kurdish, the Kurdish version of my son's name, Juan Lake, which is what they considered, why I say they, is the natives of that area. It's said to be the original Garden of Eden. So the Za'atari refugee camp, now Kurdistan, okay, so the Za'atari is actually in the country of Jordan. Okay, now I was just saying the east of Jordan, talking about the Canaanites. It's just talking about Jordan. Okay, so camp manager Hovig. Okay, so there's another Hovig. So there's OV, another OV right there. Oh my God! I just realized that's my twin's name reversed. But I was just looking at OV as in the feminine. Okay, so OV is Evo. Interesting. Oh, okay, then my name, Anna, is also the feminine version of John and Edith. and they all mean grace. So, and I just read Zach and Gracie when I just said grace. Okay, so so the filmmakers in 2015, filmmakers Zach Ingrasci and Chris Temple lived in Za'atari for a month, resulting in the documentary Salam Neighbor. Okay, I'm gonna check that out and see. Because what I was reading, I was like, they got UNICEF involved here. They have, and this also goes along with the dream that I had of the torpedoes, okay? Because it looked like some kind of a camp. Because there was like, because we looked like we're in a pretty clean, sterile little white trailer. Small but clean, brand new, sterile. Everything was white and like like, I don't know necessarily barbed wire, but I know there was chain link fence, okay? And I kind of felt like the presence of like maybe an African man, but I definitely saw, like, knew there was a, I think in the video I said Iranian from Iran or Iraq. So this has to do with that dream, I believe, that God was showing me this refugee camp in the Za'atari refugee camp in Jordan. And the coordinates are 32 degrees, 17, 44.4, 444. There was another 44 down in here somewhere too. And it's like 212 again. There's the number 24. There's August 27th, 2012. Okay, so August 27th is my twin flame's birthday. There's his name. There's his birthday. More confirmation that because all sons of Eber come from Shem. That's my last name, Weber. It's like, so they they have the okay, so they have like medical services, they have this and that. They have like okay, so the Jordanian Hashemite, all one word, but Ha just means the, which is Yah, okay? Shemite. So Shemites, all sons of Eber come from Shem. Shemites. So these are the more, so the Hamites are the more like traditional African looking Hebrews, and then the Shemites, these are all sons of Noah, which I got the download that it's actually Zoah, which is probably actually Zoar or something like that, and it's not Noah at all. That's the, what, you know, English. So all sons of Eber come from Shem, Ham, Japheth, and I got a download for that also, that it's probably the word Om, but Ha-Om for the Hamites, and then Sha-Om, because you think of Sha'ul, so Sha-Um for the like, what do you say, the Pakistani over in like the Jerusalem area. Okay, not the ones that are the fake Jews, not those Ashkenazi. Okay, the Palestinians and stuff really are more the, okay, that's what I'm talking about. The Iran, Iraq, Syria, the Kurds. Okay, these are the people that when we were dispersed out of our homeland, okay, they went to these areas. So Jordanian Hashemite Charity Organization is, okay, so that's who is responsible for the refugee camp and is managed by the Jordanian Hashemite Charity Organization. Okay. The senior field coordinator, German, Mr. Kilian Kleinschmidt. Yeah. Sounds like some Ashkenazi name. But, okay. So, they have implementing psychological support, because they want you to sympathize with your captors. They're making it like they don't really like people leaving the camp, but they're leaving it open. But some people are leaving the camps, okay? Even though they have all these, it's so great, right? We have toilets for you and stuff. And so one of their biggest complaints is they don't get enough food or proper food, and so I think they started like their own little food dispensary, little shop, and they can have, do commerce and stuff. I mean, it's not, it's a modern day, okay? Remember, it can't be like just the white terror that we're going to talk about here in a second. But so all these groups like UNICEF and blah, 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 okay, they come in here as your saviors, but they're really your captors. They're the ones starting and funding these wars in the first place, both sides, because they like war, because they like to control everything. And just like a lot of the Russians, a lot of the more, I guess we would say, more Eastern, like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, stuff like that, very much look like Iranians, Iraqians, Syrians. Okay, so that's why they've done so. I'm not getting into political stuff. Oh, the Russians, but okay, all this stuff against communism and blah, 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 and communism is bad, though, look what they did. You got to remember that communism is too close to tribalism. And of course, everything looks better on paper, right? But the thing is that the evil ones in charge, the oligarchy in charge of everything, Dracos, whatever you want to call them, they're not going to let communism look good. They're not going to let them be successful. They'll make sure that they're not successful, because they don't want anyone getting ideas of this tribal energy of people, egalitarian societies. That they don't want that. Okay, they want a few up at the top and everybody else way down at the bottom, like up at the top of a hill on a mountain, right? And everybody down, the peasants and the. That's what our people had to do, go live up in the mountains and shit, because these motherfuckers kept. And you can see how the Kurds live. They live way up in the hills, way up steep slopes, way up on the tops of these cliffs, because these motherfuckers, I'm sorry, but on both sides, okay, you had Christians and Muslims, and we're right in the middle. I'm talking about ancient days, okay, and these are my people, so I'm just saying we, but it's right here and now. It doesn't matter how ancient it was. It's, okay, it's all buried in our subconscious, and that's why we have night terrors or this and that and anxiety problems. Okay, psychological support, yeah, because they want to act like they're helping you, and so you can sympathize with your captors and Stockholm syndrome, okay? And it's like they want to act like they're helping you, yet they're the same ones, the ones behind UNICEF are the same ones funding the wars, and so, you know what I mean? It's like, so, Shemite, okay. So there's Muslims, Christians wanting to colonize, dominate, all that, okay. And the Kurds, and they're still right now, and look at their flag, it's like green, white, and red, hello. And then the white stripes in the middle with a golden sun. It's just like, I'm like, my people, just look at the flag alone. It's just all the color stuff I'm talking, okay, anyway. That's why Christmas colors are that color, silver and gold and red, white, and green, because of what they represent. But true Hebrews are not supposed to celebrate holidays. We're supposed to celebrate the seasons according to God's law, okay, the law of nature. Oh, happy Thanksgiving. Oh God, it really, like, literally made me sick to my stomach because of all this white terror. God made me born on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. I'm so proud of that. because he was my brother. And all, oh, so I was saying Ha'um, Sha'um, and I forgot to say Japheth. I believe Ta'um. So, because I'm trying to think of the ancient, all the way back to what God wanted us to be called. So, all sacred ancient tones, right? So I don't want to get upset because I'm just trying to, I don't want my stomach to, but this was very, and I think another brother was getting the same downloads at the same time, and this is why we have such anger problems, and this is why we have anxiety problems, and I have anger issues, and because this is all buried in our subconscious, all this stuff. So the Kurds, they were kind of in between a rock and a hard place because they have these empires that just, not that they're not of God, but they fell away from God and they started going by man's law and wanting to build empires and colonize and all this stuff. So, no, I'm sorry, not Christians. Jews and Muslims, okay? Judaism, okay? So, I believe the Kurds were more of the Christ consciousness where we just want to be left the fuck alone, be tribal, just be a simple people. We're not bothering you. Why do you want to conquer us? You fucking hate us and want to kill us and rape us and murder us and genocide us. So leave us alone then. But it's like they're jealous of us. They want to be us, but they can't because they can't conquer their ego, and so they have to build these empires and do all this stuff. But I feel sorry for that. I can't even understand that mentality of this pinky and the brain shit. Because I'm pinky. We're pinky, right? The Hebrews, we're pinky. We're like, whatever. We just want to be feminine Christ consciousness, the pink, the red and the white, the spirit and the flesh being one, and so that pink is the unconditional love. It goes with the green of the heart chakra. And the brain, right? He's always coming up with all these schemes, and so I don't understand that. And Pinky, I think Pinky's the one who's the like Shaggy from Scooby Doo and all them Scooby snacks, right? I just don't understand that way of thinking. So the Kurdistan is actually a sovereign, or what they call autonomous. Okay, so auto is self, nomi is governing yourself. So they're not anonymous, autonomous. So they're autonomous. They don't claim anything. They don't say they're socialist or this or that. They nothing. Okay, it's like the Sufis. Okay, they don't say they're Sufis. They're practitioners. They practice Sufism. Okay. So I think the Kurds at a certain time. See, because I believe they were the true, like the Christians, the Hebrews, okay, the ones that walked with Jesus, okay, so they're not going to be conquered by the Judas. They're not. Those weren't the Hebrews though. Those were Judaists, okay, wanting to be Hebrews, wannabes, wanting to be. Okay, so they're the ones who denounce Jesus and all that stuff, and then the Muslim, okay, and then they don't believe in Jesus either. So, and I don't know what the Kurds believe nowadays, if they're Christian, Messianic, or what it is, but I know in my heart their origins, they walked with Jesus, because those are my people. God has shown me so many times, over and over and over, okay, to Eber and Shem, and how this is all connected to my son's name. Okay, so I have no doubt in my mind, I've gotten confirmation on top of confirmation on top of confirmation of who my people are, where I come from. Not just originally, originally, all the way, right, the cosmic womb, But then what tribe I was, where we migrated to, I know there was something in Japan that it might have been short-lived, or maybe it was too traumatic or something, so it won't come up. But I know, because everything that I resonate with stylistically wise, clothing, decor, I'll look at the bottom, it'll say made in Japan. A mug, I'll be like, ooh, the some, right? The aesthetics, Japanese culture. So just the resonation. But but I've definitely had a South American big wave dream, is usually in South America. And it's very interesting because I didn't start having that dream until I came back from a trip from Puerto Vallarta, I believe was the first trip. And when I had that dream, it might have been the night we came back, I can't remember. But I know my foster brother dreamt the same dream. Well, not the same, but he dreamt of a big wave too. So we must have tuned into that. And they're Portuguese, my foster family. They're all half Spanish, half Portuguese. So, they got white in there because the Spaniards. But anyway, anyway. But, yeah, Portuguese, but his connection could have actually been through his dad, because my foster mom got divorced and remarried another guy, but the foster dad, okay, and his last name was Wells, and James, okay, and Jimmy, okay, so this James comes up a lot, okay, and in the crystal story, looking through this guy's binder, I'll have to make a video of it next time I go in there. He does beautiful wrap work, and he's the guy who owns the crystal store. And I asked him his name. Whenever I do ask someone's name or their birthday, it's like they have the same exact birthday as me, or their name is the one that God keeps giving me. I'm like, oh God, okay, I'm not even going to talk anymore. It's so hard though, because once you wake up, right, you're incapable of small talk. So what do you even talk about? That's why most people probably don't even... Do you see the people that don't talk in the store? They're probably awake, the most awake ones, and they've gotten past the stage of don't even talk to people. It's just an anxiety attack. It's just trigger upon trigger upon trigger. Just do your thing. Don't even talk to anybody. Just as minimal as possible. And then you're not casting spells using the English language. Okay, so anyway. So the Za'atari refugee camp, I would say to all those people to get the fuck out of there. Because, in my opinion, from my dream, what I was feeling was, and I'm not like a fear monger or anything, I'm just, because God's giving me on the ringing in the ear, and I had the weird dizzy, and I'm like, oh God, I know so much is coming in. And as I was trying to go to sleep, you know how you're in between, because you're, when you're nauseated, whatever, laying down, you're trying to feel better, you got your little washcloth, and I didn't even have a washcloth actually, but I took an anti-nausea tablet. I think I threw up, and then actually I had to take another anti-nausea tablet, or did I? Anyway, I don't like to take them very much because they kind of give you they'll make you a little crampy, a little bit stopped up, which is just a side effect of that, but it helps me with the nausea and to go to sleep, so because I'll just keep getting up and down. The nausea, even though I can't throw up anymore, the nausea will just keep going on for hours, and I gotta get my sleep. I was at an hour, so I'm mumbling and I'm not making sense probably, and it doesn't matter. Probably out dark and you can't even see me now anyway. Maybe you can. Doesn't matter. I should have had it covered up anyway, but sometimes I just like to show, hello, I'm here, I'm alive. It's not my voice pre-recorded, and someone got me. They got me in my sleep, melted my brain. Haha. Joke's on them. My brain's already melted. Brain soup. Okay, so I'm going to check out I'll put the link below. So, Salam Neighbor. So, okay, anyway, with the dream, I think they should get out of those camps, because what I think they're doing, they're causing this war to get the people who they know are related to the Hebrews to wipe out this bloodline. Like, they've always been genocide since the beginning of time, because they want to be God's children, but they're not God's children. They're jealous of it, and they want to be us, but they can't, because the thing is that they have to obey God and be humble and all this other stuff, and they can't, because they're just ego driven. They don't have it in their soul to be that. So there's just this constant conflict of wanting to use us and manipulate us, use our energy, because we're children of God, to get us to build everything, or this or that, whatever, like all the Japanese with the railroad, or the Chinese, whatever. Okay, children of God, and then who owns all the gold mines and stuff, like, right? John Peterson and Master's son, and right, went to school with some of those, just white as I don't mean to be like white, but it's just, I always wondered why I resonated so much with different types of people, and always had problems with white people. Not always, and not everyone, but I'm just saying, and like black people who didn't like any white people, and I don't blame them. Like, they would like me because they didn't know, but they knew, you know what I mean? Like, subconsciously, like, I didn't know, but I knew too, subconsciously, you know what I mean? Like, that's why me and baby daddy got together, you know, because he's got that Hebrew blood, true Hebrew blood, and also, so I would say Shemite and Hamite, and then my line, I have Shemite, I believe Hamite too, maybe somewhere, but I think the Shemites, because way back, the Hamites, Shemites, like, we all, okay, they kept records of everything, and so it's just our bloodline, where we come from, we just all have this naturally kinky, curly hair. Even the more ancient, Japheth, what you call Japheth, is they have more woolly hair, kinky, curly, woolly, whatever, the spiral, okay? So what was I going to say about that, with the Asian thing? Anyway, I can't remember now. So, the 111, I looked that up, and it's a number right after 110 and right before 112. No, okay, so it has to do with the magic square. And then, so in base 18, the number 111 is 7 to the third, which equals 343 base 10, which is the only base where 111 is a perfect power. The smallest magic square, using only 1 in prime numbers, has a magic constant of 111. Okay, and so, isn't that interesting? 7 to the third, 7 times 7 times 7. So we're seeing, lots of people are seeing 777, 111, because that is the same. And that has they call it double Nelson, triple Nelson. So 222 would be double Nelson, 333 triple Nelson, and so on. It has to do with like cricket, and so cricket's all coded, all this stuff. the English, right? It's all coded with this secret magic. It's to invoke spirits and stuff and angels, and you can invoke demons with it. So they have these ancient ones found in. So I just went to 111 and went to Wikipedia and clicked on something on here. And it showed me a picture of an ancient magic square. Oh, 111 also has to do with the Great Bear, which was a Western Railway Pacific locomotive designed by George Jackson Churchward. Ward. Like ward of the church. So George Jackson. And Georgia, like that's right by the like Kurdish region too, and I saw that on so many George synchronicities too. So God's been trying to show me that. It's so funny. I was just talking about James Wells, my foster dad, and there's D. Wells right there. And Wells, okay, that's like the divine feminine. He seemed like he was Hebrew because he liked his, he was a physician. He liked his cannabis. He was dark. He would get dark and he had brown eyes, brown hair. He looked like a white boy, right? But he would get super dark, and he just had that mellow vibe and just liked his cannabis and listening to Bob Marley. He'd go work at Kaiser all day, and he was a good man. Yeah, I didn't get along with my foster mom, my step foster dad, even my foster brother, but I loved my foster dad. I missed him a lot. He was really cool. Yeah, so 111. Pretty interesting stuff. I thought there was something else that I wanted to talk about. So the square has this magic constant because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus blah 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 plus 34 plus 35 plus 36. So if you do that all the way to 36 and add it up, you get 666. And 666 divided by 6 is 111. So this square has a magic constant because blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's interesting. And that relates to Archangel Gabriel. Oh, which on the Zaatari refugee camp, they were talking about, or when I looked up Kurdistan, maybe. Anyway, or Lake Fan, Wan Lake. Something about King Gabral, something Gabral. And I was like, well, there's Gabriel right there. And that's where like the Ark of the Covenant, Archangel Gabriel's big of all this. Okay, so okay, 111. We're done with that one. Click off. I'm not putting links below. I'm too tired, but I gotta report this. So the thing about the refugee camp, I think. Oh wait, I didn't want to close that off because I wanted to see the movie. Reopen, close tab. There we go. So I think they want to get us just like they did with, the White Terror, and that's why my great grandmother Anna came here from Austria, because during World War I, this is the time where the White Terror was happening. Now, probably World War II, that was more the Nazis, okay, but during World War I, they had the same thing going on, genocide of God's people, and during that time, in that era, it was called the White Terror. So that's when they had enough money to flee. Their last name is Weber. It's like, come on. And they started the Trinity Alps. Okay, Alps. Okay, house number 411 is associated in gematria with assassination. JFK shot at 411 Elm Street. Abraham Lincoln had a dream of his own assassination on April 11th. 3 days later it happened, so okay, 411 again. So in gematria it means also mountaineering. It's very interesting because I've always lived in the mountains. Wherever I lived, I'm just guided to the mountains where gold is. Like where God put me right now, super special. I keep losing my thought here because there's so much coming in. What was I just talking about? I can't even freaking concentrate. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get to this dream thing. They want you in one group, one area altogether. It's a lot easier for you to all be in a refugee camp when they want to just bomb everybody and just one fell swoop, just drop a bomb and right. It could be an off day. The staff's off for a few, and even then it doesn't matter. They'll kill staff too. They don't care. Remember, it's all part of the big plan. They don't even believe me. Or don't believe me. But this is coming straight from God. A lot of stuff you're not even going to find in history books and stuff because it's all lies. Now, people so I would recommend to all Syrians, anyone in any refugee camps to get the fuck out of there, okay? Because it's a death camp. And they may act like they're treating y'all good now and it's the best place you have for now or whatever, but it's all just to herd you into a pen, okay? It's a lot easier to just engage in genocide that way. It's a lot easier for them, right? A lot less work. Oh, just come to me. Go to your murderer's house, right? He doesn't have to track you down or do anything. Just go to the guy's house who's going to kill you. There you go. I'm not saying these people a lot of people don't know stuff unless God tells them because it's not in a book. It's not on the news. Science of wholeness is your highest fulfillment. Yeah, holocentrism. Being whole. Okay, so I don't even know if I should read up on the Syrian war because it's all a bunch of lies. I mean, I know what's happening. Yeah, Kurdistan is right there, right near... Okay, anyway. So... Did I click this off? Oh, okay, so Elyon. Okay, so I'm talking about the Canaanites. This, I forgot to mention. Now, El in Spanish just means the, and that's what I was saying, like God is just the. That's the, because the this and the that, because God is in everything. So Elohim, El or Al. So according to the pantheon known in Ugarit as Ilm, ILHM, or apostrophe I. Is it I? God, I can't even see if it's IL. You know when they have like ILH, it's like, is there an L in there? Is it I? Okay, so Ilm, or Im, IHM, so Elohim, okay. Or the children of El, okay, supposedly obtained by Philo or Biblos from Sanchuniathon of Berithus or Beirut. The creator was known as Elyon, Elion, Lion of God, El Lion, the Lion of God, Elyon. Okay, Lyran, one of the founder races. Lyran, lyric, lyrical. The lyre bird, Lyre, lyric. Okay, because to bring something into form, matter, to arrange its form, and to have a thing called a form that looks like an apple or this or a house or whatever. Well, it would be a tree first or something. Okay, whatever. You have to speak it into existence. Okay, so the mountains and all these things, like, okay, the Lyran race of, okay, galactic race, whatever you want to call it. The Lyrans were one of the founder races. They're one of the most ancient, and that's why it's all Lion of God, Lion this, Elyon, because of Lyran. This goes all the way back to the stars. So from the union of Elyon and his consort were born Uranus and Ge, or Ge, G-E, Greek names to the heaven and the earth. From the union of Elyon and his consort. Oh, this was the main, well, the other thing. So that was, so the lion is just more confirmation that this Lyran thing I'm right on. Because like I'm saying, like, you can watch some crazy UFO robot voice channel and you're like, come on, I know it resonates and I feel like it's real, but like, God, you got to give me some confirmation, because you're not going to find it anywhere, these things. You're not going to find the confirmation in a book and stuff. So, and when I was sharing something in another video, the name was something Lyon, Lyon, just like they spell it right there, Elyon. And if you think in Spain, Elyon, or Lyon, is it Lyon, or is that I think that's in France, Lyon. Okay. The red lion was spelled that way, I don't know if they have that anymore, but. So, this is very interesting, because when I was getting these dreams and downloads, whatever, about the earthquakes and these mountains waking up and one female and one male, and the one that in Mexico was the male one is mad, right? And I'm like, I know there's something is like, okay, these are the gods. Oh, and if you think of the never-ending story, where the guy comes out of the rock, right, out of the mountain. He's the mountain, right? The mountain comes alive. So right here, in Canaanite mythology, there were twin mountains. Targizi, I don't know if I'm saying that properly, and Tharumagi. So Targizi and Tharumagi, which hold the firmament up above the earth-circling ocean. So, in Canaanite mythology, there were twin mountains which hold, it doesn't say held, so still currently, hold the firmament up above the earth-circling ocean. The earth-circling ocean. So this firmament, the ocean of it, circles the earth. Okay. Thereby bounding the earth. Okay. So for example, says El Shaddai is a derivation of a Semitic stem that appears in the Akkadian Shadu, which means mountain, and Shada'u or Shadu'a. See how this Shada'u or Shadu'a, see how they've, right? Just switching that starts right there, just switching one little thing around. Anyway, I'm just mad at the English language. I don't want to talk no more. I don't want to have to go to a damn grocery store to get my food no more. Organic when they're spraying everything with chemtrails, right? So anyway, so El Shaddai is a derivation of Semitic of a Semitic stem that appears in the Akkadian mountain dweller. Okay, mountain dweller. Okay, my number is 411. That's mountaineering in Gematria. Mountaineering, mountain dweller. My great grandmother Anna, when she came over here during the White Terror, over in Austria and all those countries during World War I, they came and started the Trinity Alps in Weaverville, which means Weber. Weber is weaver in English. So, I mean, and Trinity, okay, and Alps, okay, because, hello, and think of like the Swiss Alps and all, okay, so we're mountain people. Think of Tibet, think of, and look at the Kurds. It looks like when I live in Guerneville, okay, they have Bohemian Grove and all that out there, but like the way the mountains, okay, they up Star Road, this Star Road is huge, steep, and people they're mountain dwellers. Because they don't want to be bothered, because they know you're only coming up, the mountain is in a drive-through to get to, it's like living in a court, like a cul-de-sac. You know, only people that live on that street are going to be coming into that cul-de-sac. Or like you live at the end of a road, no one's going to be passing your house to get to their house because you live at the end of the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that kind of situation and setup. Because we don't like to be bothered. We like to be left the fuck alone because LFA, hello, because we keep being molested by all these people and genocided out, and because they don't want us to, yeah, I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you dang kids, or you pesky kids, right? That's what we are. God's children are pesky kids, and we won't fucking die, and we won't fucking go away, and we won't fucking shut up, and we won't fucking conform, and oh, we're a challenge, aren't we? We could just kill them all, and shut them up, and wipe them out, and we could just take over the world, and then blow ourselves up. Right? They're so... It's just stupid. I don't understand. So anyway, I thought that was just super cool. Okay. So... Oh God. Yeah, okay. So the earth circling ocean, thereby bounding the earth. Okay, so El Shaddai, to review, okay, means mountain dweller, mountain, one of the names of Amuru. El Shaddai is one of the names of Amuru. Philo or Biblos states that Atlas was one of the Elohim. Dude. I was in a video, I was trying to say the word almanac, but I said Atlas, because God wouldn't let me access almanac, because he wanted me to say Atlas. And then I see the truck, this something Atlas, whatever, it was big, A-T-L-A-S, okay, Atlas, twice, pulling in, right when I'm walking across the sidewalk and he's pulling in or out of the driveway. So Atlas, and this is right after I couldn't think of the word. And so I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's what I was trying to think of. I was saying, I was trying to say almanac, but I said Atlas. Okay, and then I saw the truck, I'm like, there's that Atlas again. And then I remembered, oh wait, I was trying to say almanac. So, but God wanted me, he didn't want me to access almanac, because he wanted me to say Atlas, because he was going to show me that truck, and Atlas again, okay, and then the Pleiadians, and the 444, dude, and 444 light years away, and there's a 444 on the thing I was just looking at, and then that license plate, BBB 4444. God stand it. Maybe because it was a Nevada license plate, you know, they're all into UFOs out there and stuff, so, but maybe, you know, California is more Masonic. So let's see. It just depends, because, you know, maybe some people go to the state of Nevada, because it's cheaper, or maybe cheaper to get your car there, or go, I don't know. However, I don't want to think too much about why people get caught. I was just saying, I can't wait till all this is destroyed. All these noisy, stinky-ass damn cars and people zooming in front of you and you're pushing a stroller in a frickin' crosswalk, you know, and to go like two yards in front of you to a red light, and they're driving like a company vehicle, the water company and everything, and I don't report people, but I will say, and he got his window down and stuff. All right, cool. I got your vehicle number and your license plate. How's my driving? No, sir, didn't like it. I see a lady walking her dog later, and she's like, "There's power in numbers." And I'm like, "Oh, sister, I know. God bless you." I'm like, "There's power in one." Because she must have overheard me, like, or seen it or whatever, because she was only one block over, right in front of me. But let me read quickly where I'm all over the place. I know it's just that's what's happening. So Amuru, so Atlas. Oh, because I almost started crying. That's why. States that Atlas was one of the Elohim. Okay, so this stuff about Pleiades and the bear and the Russians, communism. Okay, so the Russians are God's people too. Because look at, yeah, they're more white, okay, in the colder regions, okay, but look at the Kurds. Look at all the stans, okay. That's all considered like they're Ruskis, okay. So Ursa Major and Minor, okay, so they're in the Bible, and then Orion and Pleiades, those are the only ones in the Bible, if I'm not mistaken, right? So are these not like, and then Lion of God, Lion is always of God, because OV, to orate something, of is to originate, speaking, the birthing, okay, the ovum, the birthing of something. It's bringing something into form, into physical matter. So, so that's why Lion of God is so much, I don't know if, because they don't reference Lirin, I don't believe, in the Bible, but lion of everything's lion, okay? So, okay, so Atlas was one of the Elohim, which would clearly fit into the story of El Shaddai as God of the mountain, or mountains. Okay, and then there's Harriet Lutsky, has presented evidence that Shaddai was an attribute of a Semitic goddess, linking the epithet with Hebrew Sad, which means breast, or as the one of the breast. Okay, just like my brother out here was talking about that, Jesus laying his head on John's breast and being baptized. So the idea of two mountains being associated here as the breasts of the earth fits into the Canaanite mythology quite well. So the ideas of pairs of mountains seem to be quite common in Canaanite mythology. But how did I know that? I'm just now reading this. I just got that download from something else, and something else led to something else, and then here's confirmation of that. It's just all interwoven. Okay, so I won't share that anymore. I think I'm ancient Canaanite religion. I'm going to leave that open though, because I want to read more than that. And then the Salam neighbor, I want to see if this is it's probably a propaganda film, I'm sure. Right? They always want to show the world how happy and healthy and yeah. Oh, this dream I had. Okay, so it's always this like dark room when it's like the temple. It's like bronze, like chocolatey. It seems like bronze because light will illuminate it and you'll see the glow of a fire on it. So it's not like wood. It's like shiny, but it's bronzy dark. Okay, like patinaed. And all I saw was in my face this like red-haired, green-eyed, fiery, like woman, like goddess, and she seemed like kind of Kali like, but like because her hair, her whole head was on fire. Her hair, it showed the hair and the hair being on fire, not like she was bald and she had all this hair. It was on fire, and she was just like, ugh, like a shaman, like in my face with the big bug eyes, right? Just like not scary, but I was just like, oh, this is intense, like an ancient traditional thing, because it was in the temple, and so I'm like, what's this tradition of setting your hair on fire? There's got to be some kind of healthy thing that, because it's in my subconscious, right? It came out in a dream, so it's buried in there. It's got to mean something. Came from somewhere. So lo and behold, and you could look that up yourself. What I typed in was tradition of setting your hair on fire, and it's called hair singeing. And where is it popular? Where my people are from. It seals the hair so you don't get split ends and all. Okay, so people who know how to do. I'm not telling people to go to. I'm like, yeah. I'm just saying. I had this dream and it's a real thing. And it goes all the way back to ancient, I'm sure, because of the dream. So, and it's like these Iraqi, Syrian men doing this hair burning technique in barbershops. Okay. Black men. Hamites here in, I think, America. I'm not sure where that picture was, but yeah. So that was very interesting. And then the thumbnail will be a picture of Lake Wan Lake, Obi-Wan, Your Only Hope, the original Garden of Eden. So I'll get a nice pic and make that thumbnail pic. And these are all Wikipedia. So the ancient Canaanite religion, that's Wikipedia. That's where I read from talking about Atlas and all that, and the Twin Mountains, and I don't know how I got to that. Let's see if I. Okay, so I typed in Canaanite gods, and over to the right it says ancient Canaanite religion, Wikipedia, so I clicked on that. Okay, so Asherah, okay, Elohim, and one of my nicknames was Asherah, Violet Ray Flame, so Asherah Violet, or Violet Ray. And I got that from Shira. I was thinking Shira, and then I'm like, Asherah, like Ash, because I heard of a boy's name Asher, Ashley. Oh, this Ash thing was coming into my head. So anyway, so Asherah, so all these things, all these words that come to you, think you resonate with a certain type of cultural aesthetics, or the food, the flavor, the region, like mountain dwellers, all these different things, because they're buried in your subconscious from your past lives. And there wasn't always happy times, right? So there's really terrible memories buried in there too. So in Monoatomic Gold, I really want to delve into that and start talking more about alchemy and really getting into God's law and just doing that thing. So, I think I covered it all that I wanted to talk about. Just clicking, making sure. Okay, alrighty. I love you all. Peace and blessings.